Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. My name is EdieAnne. Today I want to talk to you guys about reasons why you should join Scentsy and my team. I strongly believe that we make better decisions when we are educated about the thing that we want to do or buy or whatever. And so I am an advocate for pros and con lists. Whenever I have a hard decision or an important decision that I need to make, I will make lists. But I can only make lists if I am educated on the process of or the product or whatever. I do a lot of research and I try to figure out what it is that will benefit me as an individual. What is in it? What is in it for me? How will I benefit? How will my family benefit? What will it do for me? So those are important things that I feel everyone should consider when they're thinking about joining Scentsy and my team. So today I want to talk to you about reasons why somebody would join. What I'm going to ask you to do is to listen to all of them and then decide on the ones that resonate with you, that make sense for you, that actually could go on your pro list, and then allow yourself to put some cons in your con list and understand that you probably won't have many of cons on the con side. But I want you to really feel educated. I want you to have done your research, and I want this to be one of the videos that you did your research with, okay? Before we continue, I want to make sure that you stick it out till the end of this video, because if you do, there may or may not be a little surprise for you. So the first one that I want to talk about is income. Reasons why you should join Scentsy and my team is for the income, and that seems kind of like a no-brainer. But when you think about it, income only comes from the effort that you put into it. So there is effort. And you've heard the saying before, you get out of it what you put into it. This is a perfect example of that. You're going to get out of Scentsy what you put into it. And so the income potential is all yours. And it's dependent on what you want out of it, what you want out of Scentsy, what you need the money for. So the income turns into, I need income, but it's nice to have income, but what do you need it for, right? So are we needing it because our kids want to join a sport that we can't afford? I remember when my son was in hockey, it was very expensive to buy hockey equipment, and having extra money coming from somewhere was beneficial. Do you need income so that you can pay off debt? Maybe you have some credit cards that need to be paid down on. Maybe you want to be able to have a bigger Christmas. I know for the last 7 Christmases, Scentsy money has paid for my Christmas presents that I give to our family. Income can be a way to get out of another job that you're doing, which is another reason why, and we'll talk about that one in a minute. Income can be so that you can travel. Those are other things that are going to be on the list. But income is a very important part, and I know a lot of people say, well, it's not about the money for me. Well, it really kind of should be, because ultimately the money is going to allow you to do the things that you want to do in your life and to give to the people that you want to give. If you are a philanthropist and you want to have your own business, then income is going to be important to build the business on. If you want to be a person that is able to give money back to people or to do fundraising or to donate, income is a huge part of that. Income actually is a huge part of the way society lives its life. And if you want to have a nice life that you choose, income needs to be a part of that. Okay? So the people that say money isn't what it's all about, well, it might not be what it's all about for you, but money is what's holding it all together. Just saying. Number 2 would be potentially travel. That you want to travel places, that you want to see the world, that you want to allow your children to be educated through travel. One of the things that I remember as a child is every summer, my mother was a school teacher, so every summer, and my dad was disabled, so every summer we would go on trips. We would either have a camper. My dad had converted a van once into our camper. We had so many memories of traveling and learning so many things prior to me even graduating high school that it was such a blessing to me that I now enjoy traveling a lot, because I feel like I learn a lot when I travel. I get to see things that I never would think of seeing. I get to meet people, different cultures, different environments, and it's such a blessing to know that I can have those things before I exit this world. So travel for a lot of people is just something that's in the core. It's something that you can relate to and know that it's something in some place that you want to be. So joining Scentsy allows you to travel, and you can do that with the money that you earn or by earning trips that we have as incentives as part of our business. Now, how much better would it be to travel for free versus having to pay for it yourself? Or maybe you're making enough money that you can travel wherever you want. The third reason could potentially be to meet new people. I know a lot of moms, stay-at-home moms, have a hard time getting out and meeting new people, especially when the kids are younger and they're not in school yet, so you're not going to school events or that sort of thing. So meeting new people can be a very vital part to being a human being and feeling like a human being. So getting out of the house by maybe doing parties or by going to events that Scentsy puts on, or traveling because you've earned incentives. So these reasons would be, again, kind of a core feeling that you want to just get out and meet new people. When you go to Scentsy events, you meet new friends through other consultants. When you do Scentsy parties, you're meeting new people through the hostess that is hosting the party. So meeting new people can sometimes be a very driven desire from people, because maybe they're home all day long and they don't have a lot of human interaction. And this gives them the opportunity to do that and to have that human interaction. Number 4, the reason why you could potentially want to join is to be your own boss, to be your own entrepreneur, to have something that's your own, your business, to feel as though you have maybe in some cases succeeded at something, you know, to show people or yourself that you're capable of having your own business and running your own business. Maybe you struggled with working for other people all your life and you're tired of working for other people and you just want to be your own boss. I know that was a feeling for me. I worked in the corporate world for many, many, many years and was at the point where I was just like, I just don't want to work for anybody else anymore. I don't want somebody else telling me what I can and cannot do. I have so many ideas in my head that I want to be able to implement into my own business. You know, that's something that a lot of people go through at some point in their life, and sometimes it can depend on your age. You know, maybe you have worked the corporate world all of your adult life, and now you're just at a place where you want to have something of your own. You want something to call your own. You know, I hate to bring this up, but it is something that kind of goes with it, is, you know, sometimes we go through things in our life, and I personally have done that. I've gone through something in my life that was fairly traumatic and felt like my life was taken away from me or sucked out of me. And I just wanted something of my own, something to call mine, that wasn't somebody else's, that wasn't being run by somebody else, it wasn't being dictated by somebody else. And that can even be a spouse or a partner, right? I was in a relationship where I felt like the life had been sucked out of me, and I really needed to have something of my own that I could prove that I was enough on my own. And so being your own entrepreneur, having your own business, gives you that feeling of substantialness, of I'm enough, of, you know, knowing that I'm significant in this world. So that can run a little deep, but I think that, you know, there are people that want to just have their own business. They want to be their own entrepreneur. And that's a reason why they would join Scentsy and my team. 6, having a sense of community. Sometimes, again, might be talking about me, we live in a place that is so secluded that we just need a sense of community. We want to feel like we're part of something bigger, that we are not alone in this world, and that we actually have people out there with the same likes and desires that we do. And feeling part of a community or a team can be a vital piece to that. One of the things that I love about the TPS family, which is Team Positive Scents, is that we have a very strong sense of community. We relate with each other, we lift each other up, we communicate with each other, we motivate each other, we help each other, we support each other, we inspire each other, and to me that's a super important piece to some of our team's lives, is that they need to have that feeling of community. You know, it's like when we go to church, we have a sense of community when we go to church, right? Because we have the same beliefs, we have the same desires, and it doesn't matter what religion or faith you're in. And so that's the same as the Scentsy community, and you'll hear things called Scentsy spirit. To me, the definition of Scentsy spirit is the spirit of community, how we relate with each other, how we ignite each other, and the ability to feel uplifted, fulfilled, enlightened, right? So a sense of community could be a huge part of why you want to join Scentsy and my team. Number 7, another reason why that a lot of people love to join Scentsy or join my team is so that they have the ability to stay home with their kids. Now, if you don't have any kids, this may not be a relatable one to you, and you can fast forward it a minute or two, but it is a very compelling reason for many people that I've spoken to when considering joining my team and joining Scentsy, is that they have the ability to stay home with their children. Maybe your partner or your spouse works and they're gone all the time, and you don't want to be gone as well so that your kids are missing out on certain things in their lives. My upline has spoken to us many times about one of the reasons why she joined Scentsy, and that was to be able to hear the squeaking and squealing of the bus brakes as it stops in front of her house to pick up her children for school. That was a huge feeling for her, was to know that she would be able to hear those brakes squeaking and to see her children get off and get on the bus in the morning and in the afternoon. That was so vital to her, to be able to have that feeling in her heart. And I know that there's a lot of people that can relate to that, because if you have children, you know how hard it is to leave the house in the morning at times when they're still at home and you have a babysitter that's coming to take care of them. I also know that it's very difficult to pay for daycare and for babysitters and that sort of thing when you're both working a job, or maybe you're a single parent and you're working a job and you're trying to pay for daycare, but it costs almost more than what you're making at your job, or it doesn't leave much left for you to have for your bills and expenses. So working from home to be able to be home for your kids is a pretty big reason why a lot of people join Scentsy and my team. Number 8, reason why you would join Scentsy and my team is to quit your day job. There are so many people on my team that is something, that's a goal that they have, is that they want to quit their day job. Many already have that are on my team, and that is such a joy to watch, because I know for me, if I was still working in the corporate world, I would go nuts. I'd be crazy by now. Look at the traffic that we have to endure when we're going to and from work. You know, there's so much road rage out there, and it's just a crazy, crazy time having to get ready early because it's going to take an hour for you to get to work. Maybe it doesn't even take you that long. but you still got to get ready, get in the car, and leave. When you work from home, you don't have to do that. You could literally work in your pajamas if you wanted to. And many days I do. You just don't know. I may have a good top on and pajama bottoms on. So quitting your day job could potentially be a huge reason or a huge thing that you would benefit from if you were to join Scentsy and my team, and the ability to work from home. So even if you don't have kids, maybe working from home has been a dream for you and not something that was available for you at your day job, whether it's corporate or labor intense work, not a labor driven work. I don't know, there's labor jobs and there's corporate jobs, I guess. I don't know. Is there? I don't remember. It's been so long that I haven't been in the workforce like that. Just teasing. So quitting your day job could be a huge reason why you would want to join, because there's so many things that could come from not being tied down to a 9 to 5 or an 11 to 7 or a 7 to 11. Some people work third shift, right? That's hard. It's hard on your body. That's hard on your family. That's hard on your mind. You know, so having the ability to work from home because you're making enough money to compensate what you would have been making at your day job kind of seems like a no-brainer. And I know that that is something that people work for and strive for quite a bit when they join. And a lot of them have accomplished it. So that in itself is a blessing. You know, part of that is coming and going as you please. If you have doctor's appointments or if you have other appointments, you can take that time and go when you're working Scentsy from home. You know, my daughter's about ready to give birth to twins, and if I was working a corporate job right now, I would be stressing out so much because I wouldn't know when or how long I would need to take time off so that I could go help her with my grandson. She's having twin girls. She's gonna need help. And if I was, like I said, if I was still working a day job, I would not have the ability to just drop everything and go when she makes the call and says, Mom, this is today, we're doing this. We're having babies today. I wouldn't have been able to do that when Noah was born. You know? So being able to drop everything and do what you need to do is such a blessing when you work from home. I just think that quitting your day job is an excellent reason for joining Scentsy and my team. Number 9 reason why you should join Scentsy and my team is to give back. I know a lot of people have that desire to be able to give back to their communities, to organizations. A lot of people do this job just to do fundraisers and maybe raise funds for PAWS, humane societies, for the unfortunate and deprived people of our world, you know, for people in Haiti or wherever, and even in your own country. There are a lot of people that join Scentsy so that they can be entrepreneurs that do fundraising. I personally love doing fundraising. One of the things that I experienced in my life was a fire where I lost pretty much everything that I had. And the community that I lived in came to our aid. And I always wondered how I could give back. And even if it's not to that community, at least I'm giving back to a community that helped raise me. It's the community that I grew up in. And so having that ability or that tool, which is Scentsy, to be able to do fundraisers and to give back to organizations or to people in general has been so fulfilling in my heart. It's been something that's really been in the core of me that I enjoy, and it fulfills me. It gives me complete joy. I know I'm fumbling with words because it's very hard to describe feelings sometimes. But ultimately, being able to have that tool that allows me to be the person that allows an 8th grade class to raise funds to go to their school trip, allowing high schoolers to raise cash to have a safe project graduation, or a fun and eventful prom, right? So even those types of things, or helping a dance school be able to go to a dance competition, or helping a family pay for medical bills and running back and forth for chemo treatments. And just, there's so many reasons and ways that I can give back as a Scentsy consultant, that is a huge reason why a lot of people join in the first place, is so that they have that tool to be able to help others. And I think that's a great reason to join Scentsy and my team. Number 10, creating a legacy for your children is a huge reason why you should join Scentsy and my team. One of the benefits of our Scentsy business is that we can will it to our children. So if you were to become deceased, unfortunately, it's going to happen to all of us, you have the ability to write it in your will that your children get your business and that they just pick up where you left off. And that's the beauty, that they don't have to start the business over again. They wouldn't have to start as a new consultant. They would inherit your team. They would inherit the money that you're making. And it would be a residual income for them for years to come, as long as they work the business. So creating a legacy for your children, or for somebody else, maybe it's a niece or a nephew or somebody that you're wanting to write into your will that would get the business, that's huge. And not all businesses allow you to do that. If you work a corporate job, you don't get to will that job to your children. They can't just walk in and replace you. It's not how it works. But with this, you can literally hand it to them when you pass away. I know we're going to be gone, but at least that gives me the peace of mind knowing that my daughter is going to get this business as is. And she can continue it on for her children and her girls to come. That actually makes me a little emotional now that I think about it, because I hadn't thought about that yet. So, leaving a legacy for your kids, that's a big one. That deserves to be number 10, and the reason why you should join Scentsy and my team. Number 11. I know you're saying, Edie, how can there possibly be more reasons why I should join Scentsy or your team? There is. Number 11 reason why is to fill some time. That's how I joined. That's why I joined. I was just a brand new stay-at-home mom, wife, and I was working another direct sales business that wasn't as, let's say, lucrative. I was having a hard time with it. I'd been doing it for 12 years, but I was in a different environment, different place, and I felt that I needed there was just so much cleaning I could do during the day. There was just so much I could do during the day, until I got to the point where I was like, okay, now what do I do with myself? I was so used to living in the corporate life, in the, what I call the rat race life, where it was go, 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 go all the time, and I just didn't have any time to do other things, that once I got abruptly stopped and I stayed home, I needed something to fill my time. I needed the ability to have a hobby that was going to make my mind not go crazy. And so for me, it was finding something to fill time. And to this day, I joke about it that a hobby is something you love to do. So I guess Scentsy's still my hobby, but yet it's my full-time job. And so for some people who stay at home, sometimes you just need something. You need a hobby or something that is gonna fulfill you by giving you something to do. And that's not everybody. I'm gonna hear a lot of people saying, oh my gosh, I don't have time to do anything. Well, if that's you, then on the flip side of needing something to do, when you don't have time to do something, you're probably gonna be very successful as well, because you're gonna be around a lot of people. Some of the most successful people in Scentsy are those that are the busiest, because they're around a lot of people and they incorporate Scentsy in what they do every day. If you're trying to find something to fill your time, then obviously you're going to do well at it, because you're going to give the time that the business needs so that you can meet new people and get out there and be part of more communities and maybe join more groups and more clubs and, you know, that sort of thing. So it's the flip side of both. If you're truly, truly busy, you're going to do really well because you're in front of a lot more people. If you need this as a hobby, then you're going to do really well because you're going to have the time and the ability to put into your business and meet new people. So if you need to fill time, then that's probably a really good reason to join Scentsy and my team. Number 12 reason why you should join Scentsy and my team: because you love the product, because you love Scentsy. When I ask 80% of my team why they joined Scentsy in the first place, the answer is because they love Scentsy. They're an addict of Scentsy. I hear that often. They love the products and they love what Scentsy stands for. So if you're one of those that have already done a little bit of research about Scentsy and you've heard about its culture and its spirit and the products, maybe you've been a long-time customer, then I would strongly suggest that you join. And the reasons behind that are twofold. One, because you love the product. There's going to be more than one reason, but because you're going to get a discount on your product because you get paid commission on the products that you sell or buy. And it becomes a tax advantage. It's a tax advantage to be in a direct sales business because you can write off expenses. And in the tax world, it's known that when you are a self-entrepreneur or if you own your own business, that it can be a huge tax advantage at the end of the year. So why wouldn't you want to, if you're already buying Scentsy, then why wouldn't you want to get money back on your purchases? To me, that's almost a no-brainer. I love having customers, don't get me wrong. We have to have customers and team to make this business work. But if you're buying so much Scentsy every month, or every 3 months, or every 2 months, or however often you're doing it, why wouldn't you want to join so that you could get money back on all of the purchases that you do and then share it with your friends and family so that they can get their Scentsy too? And then at the end of the year, it becomes a tax advantage because you own your own business. So I think having the ability to get a discount on products that you already love and get a tax advantage is a huge reason why you should join Scentsy and my team. And last but not least, number 13 reason why you should join Scentsy and my team is, have you ever just wanted to make a difference in the world before you pass in this world? Have you ever just wanted to feel like you've made a difference, like you have changed somebody's life, including your own? I can strongly attest to the fact that I feel very fortunate to have changed many people's lives by introducing them to the Scentsy opportunity. I think that there are lots of people out there that want that same feeling, that you want to be able to help not only change your life, but to change other people's lives, and that's by offering them the opportunity as well. If you're in that group of people that really want to make a difference, that really want to help change people's lives, that are struggling day by day, paycheck to paycheck, maybe with no paycheck, if you want to be that person that has the ability to help others, I suggest joining Scentsy and my team. There's a lot of compelling reasons why you should join and why you should start your own business with Scentsy and pay the $99 kit in the US. I think it's $119 in Canada. I don't know them all off the top of my head, but New Zealand and Australia and Mexico and Spain and France, UK and Ireland. There's so many places that we are now, so no matter where you are, you're probably going to be able to join my team. I think that all of these reasons, these 13 reasons why, I'm thinking there's one of them in there that was compelling you to say, yes, I need to be part of this company. I need to be part of her team. I need to learn. I need to do something. I need to feel like I'm enough. I feel significant in this world. I want to leave a legacy. I want to have more money and travel and meet new people. All of those things are compelling reasons why. And the only person and thing that's holding you back is you making that decision to say, yes, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to go. This is what I want to see. This is what I want to do for others. So important for you to make that decision. I can't make it for you. Nobody can. And so that's why I felt it was so important to do this video, so that you could see why other people have joined Scentsy and what could compel them to feel the need to be part of this organization and what we do and what we represent. I will tell you that Team Positive Scents, in my eyes, is one of the most supportive and positive teams out there, and I would really love to have you as part of it. I think you're special. I think you have something to offer. I think you are teachable. You have the ability to learn. And I want to be your mentor. I want to be your sponsor. I want to be somebody who has a front row seat to all of your successes and your biggest cheerleader. So won't you join my team? Won't you be part of what I get to experience every day? I'd love for you to. Reach out to me however you need to. There's a lot of information down below. And I can't wait to have a conversation with you and to get you started. Oh, and remember at the beginning of the video when I said, if you stick it out to the end of the video, you might or might not get a surprise? Well, if you're a Scentsy consultant, you cannot do this. If you're already a consultant, I do not want you doing this. However, if you stuck it out to the end of this video and maybe even considered joining, shoot me your address so that I can send you what I call a smile pack. Don't forget, message me your address. I'll send you a smile pack. I would just love to do that for you. Have an amazing day. Go pay it forward with kindness. And how about you start with yourself?